If you've never seen a bike fit specialist and you've assembled your own triathlon bike or had a local bike shop assemble your triathlon bike and not seen a specialist, one of the common mistakes I see people do is having their seat too high. And while having their seat too high and the front end low may even mean you're riding on a more aggressive and aerodynamic position, that position may actually be unsustainable for long periods of time. To fix this issue, you really only have two options. Either you lower your seat post and you have to juggle and adapt to a new position on the bike and probably less aerodynamic, or you reduce your crank length. And by reducing the crank arm size, you may allow yourself to sustain the same position and not lose power. So your next question will be, am I riding the correct crank size? Am I even able to reduce it? What I'm going to explain you next is a quick and easy way to figure out if you're riding the correct crank length. So to do this, take a video of yourself riding outdoors or preferably on the trainer and you'll see why next. Imagine your pedal stroke is a full 360-degree rotation or a clock. To start the test, place one of the pedals at the 3 p.m. location, stop pedaling and unclipping the other side. It doesn't really matter which side you're testing out first, as long as you test both sides. Now very slowly start pedaling backwards with the pedal side that's clipped. The end goal is to reproduce your normal pedal stroke but backwards and a little past the top phase of the pedal stroke. So from 3 p.m. to around 11 p.m. position or a little past that. Repeat this a couple of times. If you feel any resistance when you're passing past the top phase of your pedal stroke, or if you feel like your hip angle is too closed off when you pass the top of the pedal stroke, this is a resistance you basically have to overcome every time you pedal normally. In other words, your crank length may be a little too big or crank size may be a little too long. And between you and I, that's a big waste of time, watts, and efficiency. Obviously, when we talk of an Ironman or even a half Ironman, every watt counts, and it's all about conserving energy. Reducing your crank size may allow you to sustain the position and overcome that resistance that you now feel and save a lot of watts. Some people are a little paranoid that if they reduce their crank length, they have to spin or they're gonna spin out on a shorter crank length. But that's not necessarily true, and you're basically conserving energy for a long period of time. And trust me, if you're doing an Ironman or even a half Ironman, conserving energy will play a big part on how you perform. As a final note, I'd like to leave the reminder that any change you make to the bike fit, bike position, seat height, crank length, you must allow your body to adapt to it. So make these changes in advance and not too close to a race. Give your body at least 2-3 weeks, a minimum, to adapt to the new position. Safe riding.